welcome back to FPL Weekly. This is our Game Week 5 review, and today we have for you our team performances as well as the top performers in Game Week 5, top differentials in Game Week 5, and even some under the radar players that have been performing well but are not in many teams. So, yeah, let's begin. So, let's start with our team performances. So, firstly, we have Noom with us. So, Noom, who do you have in your team and how many points did you get in Game Week 5?
My game week 5 was pretty good. I got a green arrow. I made 75 points, so above average. So yeah, and I used my wild card this game week. It was altogether a good performance by the team. So my main performers were Salah, Son, and Kane. And I had captain basically for the game week. My captain band was on Son, but then I changed it because I thought he may not be able to perform against West Ham since they play so deep. But then again, he scored. Kane and Son played well. And other than that, I had DCL and Hamed from Everton. So yeah, altogether good overall performance. Green arrow was what was required for me, and I got it. So yeah.
So yeah, pretty good game week actually. After the wild card, you had like 75 points. So overall, good game week for you. But we have Shaurya with us as well. So Shaurya, how was your game week? How did your players perform in game week 5?
So I used my wild card and I made like a lot of changes. I got in Son from Tottenham, and I also got changed my defense. Like I got Chilwell, and in my mid I got Grealish instead of Fernandes, which didn't turn out well this game week. Like I could have gone well above. I could have reached about 80 points had I not made that change, or about at least cross 75. But using my wild card and crossing about over 60, I feel is okay. Like good for this game week. Maybe I'll make a couple of changes for the next coming game weeks, and let's see how that turns out. So I had Martinez in goal, who gave me 9 points, and Robertson in defense. So Robertson and Chilwell together gave me about my whole defense together gave me 10 points. Like I was expecting more from Castagne, but then it wasn't a good week for Leicester. I think Aston Villa did really well. My captain was Son, so I got my main points from there. Finally, after 5 game weeks, I have a captain who's given me more than 4 points for the first time. And I think in my strike, I had Calvert-Lewin, and I had Salah as well in my mid, so that was good. And my differentials in the strike didn't turn out well, so Watson and Maupay gave me just 2 points each. So yeah, that was for me.
But yeah, overall, not a bad game week for you as well. 69 points is, I feel, pretty good. So, talking about my team, I had like 79 points in game week 5. The one transfer I made before the game week 5 was I took out KDB and brought in Son. So, Son gave me like 13 points, and Salah was my captain. He got me 14 points. Apart from that, I had Sterling in my team as well. So, I got 11 points from there. And in my defense, I had Saiz. So Saiz got me 7 points, Charlie Taylor got me 5 points, and Martinez in goal as well. And as talking about strikers, I had DCL, I have him from the first game week, and I have Jimenez and Bamford. So Jimenez and Calvert-Lewin both got a goal. So overall, 79 points is pretty great for me this week. So yeah, good game week overall for all of us. So let's talk about the top performers in game week 5. So talking about top performers, Werner finally he's starting welcome in the PL, and he got 16 points. Kane got 16 points as well. Rashford, he is back in form. I think for Manchester United he got 15 points. Son is continuing his form. He got 13 points, and Nick Pope, the last season's best defender goalkeeper, he got 11 points, and I think he's back in form as well. So Rashford is still pretty, in 7% of teams. So Shaurya, do you think Rashford is a better option, cheaper option than Bruno, or should we go for only Bruno instead of Rashford?
The thing about United is we get penalties almost every game now. Like since the end of last season, it's like we've been getting a penalty every game, and penalties are taken by Bruno Fernandes, and he is like the heart of the attack. So if not a goal, he'll give you an assist. So if you want to go for a safer pick, you can always go for Bruno. Otherwise, Rashford at 9.5 is still a decent option. But had he been like as cheap as the last season, like which was about 8.5, that would have been a really good bargain. He hasn't started this season off well, so I'm still a bit unsure. But I think he has shown that he is working towards full fitness. We all know that he had a bad injury last season, and now I think he is slowly coming back. So you could take a chance with Rashford, but with Bruno you can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Kane has been playing pretty well. He has been scoring goals. He's literally giving all the assists for Spurs. Literally, people are calling him Kane De Bruyne. So I think I am trying to get Kane in my team. To get in Kane, I have to find some funds, remove Jimenez or someone. So I think Kane is my target for next week, and I think if he stays fit, he is a very good long-term pick, and he can get you many goals and assists. So yeah, talking about the top differentials in Game Week 5. So there were pretty much very great differentials, and we spoke about Barkley last week as well, and he got the winning goal, he got the bonus points, he scored 11 points. And apart from him, there is another 4 million defender in the FPL scene. So apart from Mitchell, there is Max Tillman from Wolves. He got the assist last game week, and also he kept a clean sheet for Wolves. So I think he's another great option at 4, and he got 12 points. Apart from him, Che Adams. So many people had him, many people then removed him because he is not converting the goals. So he got 11 points this week, and just like Werner, he is also back in form. And apart from them, I have 2 players that are big hitters that are more than 11 million price, and they are around in 7% or 8% of the teams. So Sterling and Mane, I still feel they are pretty great as differentials, because comparing them with Salah and KDB, they are in many teams. But if you want to chase someone and get above in your mini leagues, Mane and Sterling can be great options. So Noom, I want to ask you that if you had an option to bring in Mane and Sterling ahead of Salah or a KDB as he is injured, so will you get them in?
If you're speaking of Mane, so at the start, I had this idea of maybe doubling up on Mane and Salah in the team, but then their prices are so much that you can't, you can't get other players in. So now, if I had to get someone, I have Salah in my team from the start. So if I had to get someone, if I had an option, then instead of Mane, I would go for Sterling. It's cheaper also compared to these guys. But and now with so many injuries in the City team, he has a lot of chance of performing and playing in. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think I have Sterling in my team, and I am going to keep him instead of KDB, because Sterling, I still feel he has a higher ceiling, and he can get you similar points like KDB, and till KDB is back, he is a great option. And before this week, I had KDB and Sterling both in my team. So I like Sterling, I like the way he plays, and he had the captain's armband as well last week. So he has been taking responsibility for City, so I think I am going to keep him. So yeah, these were the differentials in Game Week 5 that performed well. But we have some under the radar players that have been performing well, are currently cheaper than many great options, and also in very less teams. So let's talk about them. So yeah, Noom, who do you have in your mind as under the radar players for our viewers?
So under the radar, like there is players like Barkley from Aston Villa. Played pretty well since he come on loan to Aston Villa. Last 2 games, he got 2 goals. He got a goal in Liverpool, and he has scored a goal in the last game against Leicester. And one more good thing about him is he's getting a lot of shots on goal. So everyone wants a player who at least attempts to get a goal or something. That is where you get the points from. So comparing him with Grealish, I guess last game got 3 shots on goal, and this guy is like so he got about 5 shots on goal comparing with Grealish. So yeah, so I guess Barkley and the other player I would talk about is West Ham's Cresswell. Cresswell is a good player. He's playing in her left centre back position and he's getting three assists. In the last two games, he got three assists. So yeah, you can go for this. You can go for him. And one more thing about him is he got free kick and he's a real good crosser ball. He has a really good left foot. So yeah, so these two players are some people you have to look out for.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you mentioned, Cresswell is even I think Cresswell is a very good option, and I might even take out Castagna to get in Cresswell, like because of the free kick thing, and he has a really good delivery on him. So I think, and West Ham, like they are, like Mourinho mentioned, they are big players, like they are proper Premier League players, like they are good physical, good on aerial balls, so they will definitely try to hurt other teams in set pieces, like during free kicks or corners. So I think
yeah,
Cresswell is a good option. Apart from that, you can even consider Mata, like for teams which have a low block, like Newcastle and other teams who like sit down deep. Like I think United now might go for Mata, like because we saw how brilliant the team chemistry was with Mata, Van de Beek, Pogba, and Fernandes on the pitch. Like they were just creating chances left, right, and center in the last 10 minutes. So I think Mata, but I don't think he will get picked in the big games against Chelsea and Arsenal. So for now, you can like ignore that. But at some point, you can even consider if you need to make a differential pick because he is in 0.1% of the team. So you can go for it.
yeah, exactly. But I have two players, and I spoke about Lookman last week as well. So Lookman played for like 20 minutes in the last game week in game week 4, and he looked pretty lively. And we spoke about him as under the radar. And in this game week, he got a goal. He got the goal against. So he has been playing pretty well, and he also created three chances in this game week. And he is priced at around 5 million. And he looks like the attacking cog that Fulham needs apart from Mitrovic. So I think you can get him in your teams, and he's only in 0.1% of the teams currently. So he's a great option. And apart from him, I have Walcott. So Walcott played for Southampton this week, and he created the most chances in the match. He created six chances. He got an assist, and apart from Adams and Ings, I think he's the main attacker now. Apart from them, and he will be involved pretty much in all the goals going forward. But there's one risk with him is that he won't be playing the next week as it is against his parent club Everton. So you can just get him in after that game week because he has pretty good fixtures, and Walcott can be a great differential, and I think he's under the radar currently. So yeah, that's
So
about
I
it.
would want to mention one more player, as in this Aston Villa, Magin. So yeah, seeing his performance, his chances created for the team, he's a good call out. Not given that many points yet, but I guess in future he may.
Yeah, McGinn is another great player from Aston Villa, and he's cheaply priced, and he's also in very less teams. So apart from Barkley, if you want to get another cheap option, then McGinn is also the one to look out for. So yeah, that's about it from our Game Week 5 review, and we'll be coming with our Game Week 6 preview pretty soon. So stay tuned, keep watching our show, and do like, share, and subscribe, and keep watching.